Welcome back to Storytime with a Scientist. I'm Leventa Kinchi with Broward County's AIR program, and today we're going to be reading What's Up in the Atmosphere? Exploring Colors in the Sky by Becca Hathaway and Carrie Zarlengo. Illustrations by Lisa Gardner. The gym was bustling with activity. Dennis set up the lights and adjusted the camera, preparing for the student newscast. Miss Garcia called everyone together. I think we're ready to get started. I'm so excited about our first student newscast of the school year. Who can remind us the theme for this program? She asked. Anita jumped up and said, We're discussing physical fitness. We wrote stories about the healthy activities we participated in last week, and we'll be sharing those during the newscast. Can I go first? Simon grinned. Sure, Anita. You seem too excited to wait. The set is ready, so let's get started. The student reporters took their seats at the news desk, and they started the program. Good afternoon, and welcome to our newscast. Today, we're reporting on physical fitness in our community, Anita said. We all know that it's very important to exercise. She continued, My group participated in a running club. Some days we ran really fast around the track, and on other days, it took a few of the kids longer to finish their laps. It was a lot of fun, and now I'm planning to sign up for the track team. After other students shared their reports about cycling and soccer, Anita added, Last up is Simon, reporting on his group's project at the skateboard park. Thanks, Anita, Simon chimed in. My group spent the week at the new skateboard park. We learned a lot of new tricks and also got a few scrapes. At first, we needed to get used to the ramps and half pipe, but by the end of the week, we all could land a kickflip and a frontside nose slide. We documented our activities with a camera, and I labeled each picture with the day of the week, Simon continued. Here are some of the best shots. Anita, the tricks some of our friends can do are amazing. We're all going to have a blast at this new park, Simon wrapped up. Great report, Simon. I can't wait to visit the park after hearing your story. And now, turning to the weather. The warm trend will continue for several days, and there are a chance of thunderstorms the next few afternoons. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time, Anita said as they ended the newscast. Miss Garcia said, Great show. You gave us some interesting ideas for how to have fun while being active. Dennis went over to the news desk to help Anita and Simon take off their microphones. Simon, he asked, Can I take a look at your photos? I want to look more closely at the sky in the background. On some of the days, the sky looked so blue, but on Thursday, it looked white, and there weren't any clouds. Why did the sky look white? I don't know, Simon said, shrugging his shoulders. I was paying attention to the skateboarders, not the sky. Dennis, you just gave me an idea, Anita exclaimed. My records show that on Thursday, a few of the kids who have asthma had slower lap times. And I remember that it was harder for them to breathe. Do you think the color of the sky on Thursday had anything to do with their breathing on that day? Maybe you're onto something. We should look into this. Let's talk to Miss Patel when we get back to class, said Simon. After the kids sat down in their classroom, Miss Patel exclaimed, That was a really informative newscast. Miss Patel, Anita gushed. Now we have a scientific question and we need your help. The kids spread their journals and photos across the table. Dennis explained, Here's all of the data that the groups collected during their activities last week. Our friends who have asthma said they felt more sluggish and had a harder time breathing on Thursday than the other days. Simon added, We just noticed in my photos of the skateboard park that the sky was really blue on every day except Thursday. On Thursday, it was hazy and white, even though there weren't any clouds in the sky. So here's our question. Is there a connection between the color of the sky and how our friends felt? Anita replied, I think we found our next topic to study in science. That's a great scientific question, Miss Patel said, with a smile. Now let's figure this out, the kids exclaimed. Okay, class. You noticed that the sky was white last Thursday and blue on the other days, Miss Patel said. Was it the exact same shade of blue each day? Simon replied, No. Sometimes it was a clear, deep blue, and on other days it was pale, like a robin's egg. Can the sky only be white or blue? Have you seen any other colors? Anita asked. I think it can be really colorful at sunset, Dennis said. I saw a red sunset the other day. Anita added, It's colorful at sunrise, too. What do these colors have to do with our friend's trouble breathing when the sky looked white last Thursday? Asked Simon. Everything in the atmosphere impacts the colors we see in the sky, Miss Patel said. As you just noticed, the sky isn't always blue. Today, we can see white and different shades of blue. This has to do with solids and liquids in the atmosphere. Aerosols, particles in the sky. Natural sources, volcanoes, pollen, fire, desert dust, sea salt. Human sources, cars, factories, changes to the land. What do you mean? Simon asked. I don't think I have seen anything solid in the atmosphere before. Miss Patel replied, There are tiny solid particles in the air that we call aerosols. Some are natural and some come from human activities. Anita asked, How tiny are they? As small as a ladybug? They are actually smaller than the spots on a ladybug. Aerosols include pollen, dust, soot from wildfires, or ash from volcanoes. They also come from exhaust pipes on cars and factory smokestacks, Miss Patel explained. So aerosols make the sky different colors? Simon asked. Aerosols are part of it, but it's more complicated than that, Miss Patel responded. The angle of the sun and the way sunlight is scattered in the atmosphere creates the colors we see in the sky, and aerosols can affect these colors. She continued, Aerosols also impact air quality. This is complicated too, because in addition to aerosols, there are also some gases we can't see that impact air quality. Dennis added, This does sound very complicated. I think we need to make some observations about the colors we see in the sky so we can understand more about the atmosphere. Excellent idea, Dennis. Let's make a plan, Anita said. Miss Patel asked, How do you think you will record these observations? It would be easy for me to take more photos of the sky, Simon said. Anita added, You know me, I always have my science journal in my backpack. For this project, I'll use my colored pencils to draw what I see. I have an idea for how to record my observations, but I want to work on it before I show it to you, Dennis said. Have you thought about when you're going to make your observations? Miss Patel asked. Since the weekend is coming up, we could do mid-morning and evening observations on Saturday and Sunday, Anita said. Then we can compare our data on Monday. This sounds like a great plan, Miss Patel said. This is the same kind of work done by scientists who study aerosols. They make observations like you described. Remember that we're looking at the color of the sky and not the color of the clouds. Now let's take a moment to have a look at Simon, Anita, and Dennis's observations, starting with Saturday at 10 a.m. Notice that Anita said, The sky is blue overhead and light blue near the horizon. Now take a moment to have a look at Simon's photo and Dennis's report. Now let's have a look at Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Anita noted, the sky is lots of colors now. The edges of the clouds have more colors too. And once again, have a look at Simon's photo and Dennis's report. Now moving on to Sunday at 10 a.m. Anita says, the sky is very light blue high above my head and white near the horizon. Once again, have a look at Simon's photo and Dennis's report. Now let's have a look at Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Anita notes, the sky is purple and yellow too. The clouds look orange. And once more, have a look at Simon's photo and Dennis's report. What we noticed in the sky. Lots of different colors. Saturday, day. Blue, light blue, some clouds. Saturday, sunset. Dull orange, purple, blue, some clouds. Sunday, day. Light blue, pale blue, white, no clouds. Sunday, sunset. Bright orange, yellow, purple, some clouds. The sky was white on Thursday, too. On Monday during science class, the kids spread out all of their data on a table. Wow, you gathered a lot of information this weekend. What do you notice about the data? Ms. Patel asked. It's cool to see that we each recorded some of the same information, even though we did it in different ways, said Anita. Dennis, your data collection sheet was so organized. Thanks, Dennis replied. I created this so I could collect the same types of information each time. I only had a pencil when I made my observations, so it doesn't show the colors in the sky. Next time, I think it would be good to use colored pencils just like Anita did. I like all of the methods you used to record your observations. And I agree with Anita that Dennis's sheet was a good way to organize the information, Ms. Patel said. Let's use Dennis's data sheet when we make more observations in the future, Anita suggested. Good idea. Since we have so many observations here, let's work together to organize what we observed, Simon suggested. Then we can record our information in one place on the board. Next, the kids began to discuss the questions they had about their data. They wondered if aerosols made the sky different colors. Ms. Patel said, You all are making some really good connections. Your big idea that aerosols impact the colors we see in the sky is correct. When there are a lot of aerosols during the day, the sky will look white. And in the evening, both sunlight and aerosols impact the colors we see during sunset. Anita exclaimed, Hey, wait a minute. Our friends who have asthma were slower runners on the day that the sky was white. That makes me think that aerosols are bad for your lungs and make it harder to breathe. Dennis added, But sometimes they have a hard time breathing when the sky's clear blue. Why is that? That's because of what we call air quality, Ms. Patel replied. Air quality is impacted by particles we see, those too small to see, and invisible gases. In fact, TV and radio stations provide air quality forecasts that will tell you if it's going to be an unhealthy day. Simon added, We should check the air quality forecast before we plan our activities. Let's also add that information to our weather forecast during the next news program. Back on the set, Dennis was adjusting the lights and the camera. Anita and Simon took their places at the news desk. Good afternoon and welcome to our newscast, Anita began. We're adding a new feature to this program. Simon is here to tell us all about it. Thanks, Anita, Simon said. We have been studying the colors in the sky, and we have learned that there are a lot of reasons why it can be so many different colors. The angle of the sun, the way the light is scattered through the atmosphere, and tiny particles in the sky called aerosols all influence the color of the sky. Aerosols, as well as gases we can't see, also impact how easy it is to breathe. That is what we call air quality. So starting today, we'll include air quality in our forecast, Simon continued. The quality of our air can vary each day, and this forecast will help us plan when to do our outside activities. Then Simon gave the weather and air quality forecast for the next day. After the newscast, Anita said, "Thank you, Simon. I think this information was the perfect addition to our newscast." Dennis commented, "We've learned so much about aerosols and the colors in the sky. Now everyone at our school will know that it's important to check the air quality. Then we can make informed decisions about when to do outside activities." "We work well together as a team. I wonder what we'll investigate next," Anita asked with a grin.
I hope you enjoyed this reading of What's Up in the Atmosphere, Exploring Colors in the Sky. Thank you, and join us again next time for another Storytime with a Scientist.